UDP flood attacks. Before getting into details, let us look at some basics. TCP stands for Transmission Control Protocol, which indicates that it does something to control the transmission of the data in the reliable way. From the diagram, you can realize that three segments are exchanged between sender and receiver for a reliable TCP connection to get established. Let us delve into how the mechanism works. Step 1. SYN. In the first step, the client wants to establish a connection with the server, so it sends a segment with SYN which informs that the client is likely to start communication. Step 2. SYN plus acknowledgement. Now, the server responds to the client request with SYN plus acknowledgement signal bit set. Acknowledgement signifies the response of the segment it received, and SYN signifies with what sequence number it is likely to start the segment with. Now, step 3, acknowledgement. In the final step, the client acknowledge the response of the servers and they both establish a reliable connection with which they will start the actual data transfer. Now, let us understand what is a SYN flood attack. SYN flood attack work by exploiting the handshake process of TCP connection to create denial of service. An attacker exploits the fact that after an initial SYN packet has been received, the server will respond back with one or more SYN acknowledgement packets and wait for the final step in the handshake. Here's how it works. The attacker sends a high volume of SYN packet to the targeted server, often with spoof IP addresses. The server then responds to each one of the connection requests and leaves an open port ready to receive the response. While the server waits for the final acknowledgement packet, which never arrives, the attacker continues to send more SYN packets. The arrival of each new SYN packet causes the server to temporarily maintain a new port connection for a certain length of time. And once all the available ports have been utilized, the server is unable to function normally. In networking, when a server is leaving a connection open, but the machine on the other side of the connection is not, the connection is considered half open. In this type of DDoS attack, the targeted server is continuously leaving open connections and waiting for each connection to time out before the ports become available again. The result is that this type of attack can be considered a half open attack. So this is how it works.
Let us understand what is UDP flood attack. As the name suggests, UDP is the user datagram protocol in which only the user UDP packets are sent to a destination server. Now, what is flood attack? UDP flood attack. It is a type of DOS attack, and in DOS, it is by DOS we meant to say that we are focusing on shutting down a machine or a network, making it inaccessible to the intended users, so that by sending large amount of information that could trigger a crash to the targeted server. In UDP, attacker sends large number of spoofed data packets, and by spoofed we mean a method in which a TCP or IP or a UDP IP data packets are sent with a fake sender address, so that attacker would not be identified by the destination server. And in this way, it can inject its own packets into the foreign system that would otherwise be blocked by the filter system. And so UDP flood is a type of DOS attack. A large number of UDP packets are sent to a targeted server with the aim of overwhelming that device ability to process and respond, resulting in a DOS attack to legitimate traffic. So that this means that the intended users could not use the targeted server or a destination server because it would have been flooded by large amount of packets and may result in crash. does the UDP flood attack work? It totally depends upon who is in the attack. Operating system firstly will check the specified port, and then as UDP is a connectionless protocol, so that server uses ICMP, and ICMP is Internet Control Message Protocol, which is an error reporting protocol, and it will deliver a message of like a destination unreachable to the server, informing the sender packet that it will not be to the targeted or a destination server. In this figure, as attacker's original IP address was 192.0.2.9, whereas by after spoofing, its address is 192.0.2.7, and through multiple ports, it will send UDP packets to the targeted server or the victim server. Now, by accessing the random port, the victim will send a message through ICMP that the destination is unreachable, as the attacker has overloaded the unlimited packets of ports, so the destination would not access the code. It may or may have been crashed. So that's why this is the process how UDP flood attack works. Now, how is a UDP flood attack mitigated? Security measures. What could be the security measures so that UDP flood attack can be so that UDP flood attack can be avoided? Firewall level filtering on server. This allows suspicious packets to be rejected. However, firewall can also collapse at a certain point when UDP packets or the TCP IP packets are overloaded. But the firewall main task is to filter the packets that has been received to the that has been received by the server, and even to avoid UDP flood attack, UDP packets could be filtered out.
Now let us see the practical demonstration of TCP flood attack. We will be using Parrot Linux operating system, and in Parrot we have opened the terminal, and now I will be writing command sudo. Now sudo will give the needed privileges to have the tool that we will be using, and that is we will be using instance C, which is a penetration testing tool, and one hyphen 15,000. That means we will be sending 15,000 packets to a targeted server with 5 or 120 bytes each. Hyphen S is the victim class, string is enabled, extend class is enabled, and then hyphen W64 is showing that it's the window size of 64, basically window size of 64, and hyphen C 80. Now, hyphen C 80 is to direct the attack to our victim's HTTP web server. So that's why we have specified port number 80. And now we will be using hyphen flood. This means we and the packets are as fast as possible. And so this travels in red first IP addresses to describe the real source and avoid detection at the same time so that attacker would not be recognized. And, for example, we will be writing either the target source IP address or domain name. For example, I will be writing www.apk.kilo. So now this is the output. It will not show you just the input output. It will not show the exact output. It will just show the screen that the packets are already transferred to the victim's machine. The victim's machine, but as we have forced the IP addresses through line force, the victim in an acknowledgement reply packet on using the attacker, it will stop it. So now uh, that's it. This was a demonstration of practical TCP flood attack, and if we are going to do the UDP flood attack, we will be specifying like UDP, specifically UDP port number. Then there's also everything will be the same. And thank you so much. That was it.